Well, good evening and welcome on a rainy evening. I'm Bruce McEver. I'm a graduate of both the Business School and the Divinity School, and also president of the Religious Literacy Foundation. And we're really honored tonight to have two of the country's, maybe the world's, leading authorities on the subject of religious literacy. They don't really need an introduction as the backgrounds are in the program, but these gentlemen were former colleagues together in the religion department at Boston University, so they're very familiar with each other's work and also still friends.
Don't exaggerate.
David Hempton it was appointed dean of the Harvard Divinity School in July of 2012, holds two chairs there, the MacDonald Family Professor of Evangelic Theory Studies and also the O'Brien Professorship of Divinity. I serve on David's advisory board and can attest to the real difference that he's making there. I also took his course in Evangelic Studies, and he's a great teacher, and as you see, a very articulate speaker. He was Harvard Divinity School's outstanding teacher in 2008. Before joining the faculty at HDS, he was professor of the history of Christianity at Boston University, where, as I mentioned, he worked with Steve, and before that was professor and director of history in Queen's University in Belfast. He's a fellow of the Royal Historical Society, and he's authored numerous articles and a handful of books, included 3 on Methodism, which is my original tradition. He said 3 strikes and you're out on this thing?
I think so.
Anyway, but they're really good, and because they all seem to win prizes. There's names after all of them. And unsaid, however, is his experience with the analog of religious illiteracy and the atrocities and warfare that are committed in religion's names, as he witnessed and lived through those growing up in Northern Ireland. Steve Prothero is the country's leading authority on religious literacy. He staked out this territory through the publication of half a dozen of books, and if you haven't read those, you should get one of those and read them. He's a very exciting author, and also numerous media appearances. He is passionate about the subject and was very early to see its relevancy. When Stephen is not writing or appearing on TV, he's the professor in the Department of Religion at Boston University. He received his BA from Yale and a PhD in the study of religion from Harvard. He's also a fellow at Smithsonian, where he's helping the museum to consider how it uses its vast treasure of religious objects. And I'm also working on a committee with him there. I first encountered Steve writing a paper for Ron Thiemann when I was at HDS on religious literacy in America. I knew this was a problem. It really sort of got me started. But it was Stephen's work in later interviews where he showed me the scope and ubiquity of the subject that I really found him to be the tallest person in the field. Stephen has a wonderful ability to speak to a full range of audiences and keep them engaged in otherwise esoteric subjects. So we are honored to have these gentlemen here today. Thank you, Stephen and David, for taking the time to be with us this evening, and I'll turn it over to you.